right, hello everyone. My name is Mac and I'm on the St. Luke's Employee Safety and Wellbeing team. And today I'm excited to be with Chef Mark Owsley and registered dietitian Grace Honecker as they are here to do a Chipotle taco recipe as part of the Savor the Flavor cooking demo series that the Food Nutrition Services team is offering here at St. Luke's. So I'll be behind the computer monitoring questions. So as you have questions throughout the demo, don't hesitate to type those in the chat box. And with that, I'll let you guys take it away, but enjoy.
That's good. Thank you, Mac. So yeah, we're excited to be here to do this class today and stuff. And we brought it indoors because that way you can hear us a lot better. And I'm already soft-spoken, so hopefully you're still able to hear me and stuff. This is a wonderful recipe for Chipotle chicken tacos. And so I'm going to walk you through the marinade, the prep of the salad, and the prep of the chicken. Since it's a barbecue, I brought my George Foreman indoor barbecue, so it actually it does a really great job with cooking the product and stuff. So what I'm going to start with is I'm going to start with the marinade to show you what I did to marinate the chicken. So okay. I'll swap the pots.
And I'm going to be chiming in throughout, talking about some of the ingredients that we're using and how they're healthy and wonderful for you and should be using them all the time.
Yes, absolutely. All right. So we have this Chipotle peppers and adobo sauce right here. What I did was I just did a fine mince on it. And I'm just going to put just some amounts in the bowl and stuff. But the recipe, it's either going to be online or it shows right now. That you can follow. So it calls for the adobo.
So does it come in like actual chili peppers in there and then you just ground it up?
Yes.
Got it.
Yep.
Okay.
And you can either mince it or you can use like a NutriBullet or something like that if you like to. It might be a little bit faster for you. It's a little bit of lime juice. We got salt.
God, we're not using that much salt.
Nope, not much salt.
First I was like,
nope.
wow.
And we have a little bit of cumin. Some pepper. And some minced garlic. And so what I did with that, of course, you just do a quick mix. I don't know if you can see it, it's pretty fast. And then you take your boneless chicken breast and you marinate them, kind of coat them evenly with this mixture. And this recipe calls for 4 chicken breasts. And then it takes about 4 hours to marinate in. I actually tried a breast after 2 hours and it had plenty of flavor depending on the size of the chicken breast. So my chicken was probably about 1/4 to 1/2 inch thick. And then a lot of times when I use marinades for chicken, I like to marinate overnight. This one might get a little strong if you do it overnight. So I would recommend just the 4 hours on that.
So did you like stamp out the chicken to make it that thin? Or that way?
Actually, no, I came that way. So I know at the store you can buy them this thick.
I know.
And you can either pound it out or you can slice it thinner so it gets that thick too. Just marinate faster for you.
Perfect.
So yeah.
Awesome. So just some fun facts about chicken. Chicken is something that has a lot of protein in it, so it's really good for muscle building. Studies show that increasing your intake of protein enhances feelings of fullness, so you're not eating some of those high carb things that kind of just make you feel hungry for longer. Also, when you pair with resistance training, weightlifting, another word for it, you can really grow some muscles and see some good propensity there. So that's a great thing. We definitely like our chicken.
Awesome. All right, then I'll do the swap with you one more time here.
One more time.
All right. So we are going to make the salsa cruda now. So I've got all my vegetables sitting here on the table. We've got fresh limes. We've got some red onion. We've got some corn, some tomatoes, some avocados, a little bit of lime juice, some ground pepper, and then some cilantro right here. So I will move this over here really quick.
You guys can't smell this, but it smells really great. Really great.
I'll pass you your papers here, your cheat sheets for you. I might need them.
They're mine.
All right, so when we're dicing stuff, I'm going to kind of show you how to hold a knife. So make sure, first of all, a sharp knife is safer than a dull knife, if you haven't heard that. So if you have a dull knife, it's going to slide off the vegetable you're cooking and you can cut yourself that way. With a sharp knife, it just kind of glides through the food. So we are going to pinch the blade like this. A lot of people are comfortable doing like this, but if you can see the board here, can you see the board, Mac? So when you go like this, the knife, you don't have a lot of control on your knife. Pinch the blade, you have all the control you need there. So we're gonna slice the tomato, or dice it first.
Perfect. Tomato is my favorite vegetable, and it has a lot of lycopene in it, so it's really, really beneficial in terms of getting you some reduced risk of heart disease and cancer, which is pretty amazing. It's a simple tomato.
Just put that one diced. Okay, and I have a little bowl here I'm gonna put everything into. Okay, and I'm gonna put the corn in there, still the corn. I'm gonna finish dicing these onions here. Throw that right in the mix there. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit more lime juice in there. And a little bit of pepper. And that is the basic salad there, so we'll go on the tacos later. So we're gonna let this sit for now. Oh, I missed one more thing. The most important thing in my eyes is some jalapenos. And I kind of saved that for last. My sanitized towel here.
This has great colors to it. That's my favorite thing about food is when it's all different colors.
And people generally eat with their eyes first, so.
That's
Yeah,
true.
so, yeah. So the jalapenos, just highly recommend you wear gloves when you're cutting your jalapenos. Because you can cut a jalapeno and an hour later rub your eye and you're gonna be burning yourself, so. Is this gonna be a fine mint on this? If you really like jalapenos, you can add more if you want, or if you don't like them so much, maybe add less. So,
We can add more for us,
all right.
personally.
All right, I'm gonna dice one more just for you. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I can feel the fumes going up.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
don't breathe too deeply.
Okay, then we'll add this to this. Be a nice greenery in there. Okay, so that now is complete. It's got a nice color to it now with the green, the red. It's almost like Christmas, right?
Mark, there's a comment that says, I need some cutting lessons. You are so fast.
Oh, okay. Was that Jake? No, I'm just kidding, Jake. Oh, and I guess since you brought that up, when you're using a knife, only cut it as fast as you're comfortable. So it's not really a speed race to get everything done. If you cut a finger off and stuff, your dinner's done. So yeah, just go as fast as you're comfortable.
May I ask, what type of chef knife are you using? Is there a brand that you like for maybe a beginner versus advanced?
Well, if you get a beginner and stuff, there's just, I mean, you know, I'm wondering if Forstner's still out there, but I use Forstner. Forstner. It's an older knife that I used to use a long time ago, and that's what this is. And there's Hinkles and stuff out there. There's higher quality knives that the steel's gonna last a lot longer for you when you sharpen them. But you know, just if you don't want to go spend $100 on a knife, you know, you can go get one for like 25 or 30 bucks at the store.
Okay.
So, and I use an 8-inch. So,
8-inch.
and then you got 8-inch, 10-inch. Yeah. So, okay, so we got that built. And now, so I'm gonna start getting ready with the main entree part of it. Well, actually, I'm gonna cut the lettuce first. So we got a little bit of romaine that we're gonna shred really quick.
I need a lesson in the chopping as well.
Well, the more comfortable you get with knives.
I think it's just my knives are terrible. Therefore, I'm terrible. I'm gonna blame my equipment.
Is it just the same as using the backside of the knife?
Pretty much.
Okay. There's a little shredded filming there. And I am going to put that in just the side here. Perfect. Okay, and then now I'm going to, actually, the recipe doesn't call for limes, but I'm gonna make some lime wedges anyway, because they would just squeeze the lime on these tacos would be perfect. Oh. Any other questions yet or so far?
Not yet.
Okay, all right.
If anybody does have any questions, feel free to type them in the chat box. I found your Forstner knives on Amazon, so I will put that link in the chat box. It looks like you can find it on Amazon for $45, which is pretty great for a chef knife.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So,
This cup here. Okay, and so the fastest way you clean a cutting board, bam, you got another one underneath it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna cook the chicken. And this really cooks, this George Foreman grill I have cooks it like about 3 to 5 minutes at the most.
Nice.
And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cook it to an internal temperature of 165. So I think the question's been asked before, how can you make your chicken so it's not so dry? My suggestion is cook it right to that 165 mark. So I think a lot of people are scared of chicken, and of course you should be, if you undercook it. So, but you don't want a chicken that's like 145 or 150 in the middle, because it's raw.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can make you sick. So if you cook it to 165, it's perfectly cooked, it's still moist, and it's tender, and it tastes delicious. But if you cook it to 180 or 185, which is probably, a lot of people probably do at home, this will, it's dry, and then it's probably not as flavorful. So.
That's me all the time. That's why I like to get chicken when I go out, because I'm like, I trust you, I trust myself.
So this is gonna smell the room up really nicely here.
Mark, I have a question, and then we have a question from someone in the chat. When you have your meat thermometer, mine always gets all weird, and I never know if it's telling me the truth.
Okay.
How do we recalibrate our meat thermometers?
Okay, so what we use here is a digital one, and it's pretty accurate. I have not seen one of these that has malfunctioned yet. And what you want to do is check it, in like ice water. So put it in ice water, and once you get the ice water, it'll hit 32 degrees within a degree. You want 32, maybe 32.5 or 31.5. That's where you want it to hit. The old school ones, you're right. It was hard, to do. I mean, they would be off by a little bit. And I mean, we have some old ones that you can actually use like a wrench at the end of it and kind of adjust it in ice water. So, but they take like a minute or so to get your reading. These are instant. You put them in there and you know right away where it's cooked and stuff. So I highly recommend if you get a digital tip sensitive thermometer. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Digital tip sensitive thermometer.
Yeah, I think they call this like a yellow lollipop thermometer. So
Yellow lollipop. Okay, I'm gonna find that on Amazon too for folks. And then Hannah has a great question. How do you juice your limes?
How do I juice my limes? Well, I don't have my juicer here, so I usually just squeeze it through my hand so the seeds doesn't come through, that's how I do mine. But there is a juicer you can get that'll take all the juice out of it. You can juice it into a strainer, a really fine mesh strainer, or like we used to do table side with Caesar salads. We used to take a lemon, put it in a tablecloth, and squeeze the juice out of it into the Caesar salad.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah.
I was always taught to roll the lime out first. Is that right? Just to like loosen it up. I don't know if that's right.
No, you could. I mean, because it will loosen it up. Especially if you get a nice solid one, you roll it out and stuff. Yeah, it'll squeeze all the juice out for you.
Okay.
So, yeah. Did you say you had a question for Grace too, or?
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys have any nutrition questions?
How about it?
I have a question. You're using cilantro here in the recipe. Grace, maybe you can answer this, or Chef Mark. Some folks just really they say cilantro tastes like soap.
Yeah.
Is that a genetic thing or what, why is that? Cause I love cilantro and I can't understand why people would not.
So either you have one of two things, you love it or it tastes like soap. And for me, I got lucky, I love it, but my brother tastes like soap. So I don't know if it's totally genetic or not, but ultimately, some people just are really unlucky and it tastes really bad, but I'm one of the lucky ones, so yay me. How's it for you?
Well, I'm about the same as you are.
Yeah.
Too.
Great.
I don't think it tastes like soap personally.
Yeah.
So it just adds all those wonderful flavors to your.
And I've met a lot of people where they've had it and they all say the same thing, tastes like soap, it's terrible. So I'm not sure exactly what causes that, but unfortunate, and I feel bad.
Maybe it's a taste bud,
Yeah,
genetic.
one singular angry taste bud.
Yeah.
How's our chicken?
The chicken, maybe about another minute and then we'll check it out and
Nice.
see how it is. So,
So when you do the thermometer, do you put it directly in the center of the chicken?
Mhm.
Okay,
yeah, you want it in the center of the chicken.
okay,
So a lot of times if you have a steak or if you have a chicken and you ever see the slopes, those sometimes where
yeah,
the chicken will be thick at one side and thin on the other side. You want to put it right in the middle of the thick part.
okay,
So, yeah.
makes sense.
Uh-huh. You guys smell the room?
It
I know,
smells so
smells
good.
great.
Yeah.
I wish we had,
Television? Is that a thing?
I wish. Sometimes you wish.
All right, so I'm gonna separate some of the cilantro out really quick. And by then the chicken will be ready.
So do you believe in chopping up the stems to keep it in there or taking them out?
I usually just take the buds, leave the stems out.
Yeah.
But I know there's people that leave the stems in too, so.
No, Mac
yeah.
was saying she left the
Yes.
stems in. I was like, what?
Yeah,
No. But I think it was too.
so I'm just gonna run a coarse chop through it. You can tear it with your hands if you want to. I think that probably should be good right there, and then our cilantro is pretty much ready. And I'm gonna put that in another cup here. We start building the tacos here in a minute.
Mark, we have another great question.
Okay.
Did you put oil on the grill?
I did not. Nope.
Is that a benefit of using the George Foreman or what?
I would, yeah, it probably is, because, I mean, but if you have a nice hot, clean grill and stuff like that, it'll mark your stuff without oil too.
Okay,
So,
great question.
That looks delicious.
look great. Okay, I'm just gonna check it just with the thermometer, just for everybody's. So there, I put right in the middle, and we're already done. I mean, that literally took a few minutes. So this thing really does kick butt.
I have
So-
a little mini George Foreman and I love it. Make like a perfect quesadilla on
Yeah, I should have George out here showing us how to use it. Is he still around?
it.
So, I'm gonna do a quick thing right here. That. Okay, so we got the chicken ready. Did you want to talk about avocados a little bit? Okay.
So as far as avocados go, I know a lot of people are a little unsure of how much to use and what exactly they provide to you. They're kind of sort of like a hot food right now in our culture. Ultimately, they're a healthy fat, so it's definitely a good source of fat. The tricky part is the portion size of an avocado is about half of one of those slices, so about a quarter of it. It is loaded with a lot of calories. Keep in mind when we're talking about products made with fat, ultimately it has 9 calories per gram, which is more than protein and more than carbs. They only have 4 calories per gram. So we're doubling and then some. So just be careful about portion size, but overall the health benefits are awesome.
Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna reload on the gloves here for a minute.
Gloves number 3.
Gloves number 3, yes.
How many gloves do you go through in a day, Mark?
Oh, probably 40, 50.
Wow.
And it's weird, since starting at the hospital, I use gloves at home a lot now.
Oh,
Believe
really?
it or not, yeah, yeah,
Where are they?
yep. So, yeah.
They're jalapenos at home.
Oh, yeah.
Learned my
jalapenos,
lesson.
Wear gloves. Okay, so I got the avocado. I'm just gonna take it out of here really quick, like this. And I'm gonna kind of smash it with a fork really quick, or just kind of go through it with a fork. And that'll kind of give the purpose that we need for it today. So. It goes really fast like this. It's already mashed pretty good.
If you get a good one.
Yeah.
If you get a bad one. Sometimes you're like, no.
Yeah, I went through 15 avocados before I got this one. I'm just kidding. Okay, so the avocado is ready. Okay, so we got the avocado ready. So the only other thing we got to prep really quick is, and you don't have to do much prep on that, is the cheese. That's the Mexican crumbling cheese that we have here. I'm going to just take a little bit off here, the knife. And I'm going to do exactly what it says. I'm going to crumble it really quick.
That is the best.
Yes. It's perfect for these tacos too.
Does that one melt really well, or does it just crumble really well?
Good question. I don't know if I've tried it melting before.
That's the question that we don't know.
Any of our guests know that?
Unintentional.
Yeah, does
Somebody else
anybody
does it.
know if the Mexican cheese melts well? Jake is here to our rescue. He says it does not melt well, so
Oh,
All right.
wouldn't recommend that. We have another great question. What's
Okay.
the best technique for removing avocado pits?
Avocado pits. So what I did was, you gotta be careful with this, is I just kind of, you can probably just, you know, just kind of twist it a little bit and it comes out. I wouldn't use a sharp knife, you know, probably, we'll just be careful if you do it with a knife, but that's how I do it, is I take a knife and just kind of pop it.
Mhm.
So, or you can, if it's tender enough, like these avocados, you can probably just pop it with your hands. But I use a knife when I do mine.
Yeah, I always use a spoon.
A spoon?
a spoon sounds safer for me.
Let's try
It
it.
doesn't look as cool though that's when you do it,
Not nearly as professional.
right?
That
We're
one
gonna try
looks
it.
tricky.
Mac is an avid home cook, not.
You can pop the spoon in there, you know, and just take the excess off the seed and stuff, yeah. That's definitely a safer version of doing it, yes. So, yes. For your professional cooks at home, if you use a knife, just maybe put a cut glove on, maybe, so. Okay, so I'm gonna dice the chicken too really quick, so. Yeah. Okay, so still it's smelling up this whole room, and this is a big room here, so it's pretty awesome. Okay, and I'm gonna reach over and grab one of these tortillas. Excuse me out of the camera for a second. You build the taco here. Got a plate here.
This is where I truly falter. I overfill my taco.
Is there-
Too excited.
Is there such thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
When
I
it's
guess when you're
close.
talking calories, you're.
Calories don't matter here, but my taco and its safety is at risk.
I do the opposite. I think I do probably a smaller ones because I eat 10 of them. So it's the same thing. Okay, so we are gonna take a little bit of the avocado and put it on there first. So on your tortillas, you can, you know, put it like on a press if you want to. You put them on the grill for a second if you want to. You can put them in a warmer, or, you know, just for a little bit to warm them up. There's just a lot of ways you can heat your tortillas up. So microwave even if you want to heat them up that way. So let's we're gonna put the avocado on there first, and I'm going to make two while we're at it.
We have a taste tester here.
Yes, that's why I was making two.
Yes. Andy from IT is here helping us, and because he has helped us set up this room, we're gonna let him taste the tacos for everyone.
He looks excited.
Okay, then we're gonna put the chicken on there. So I kind of put the avocado spread across the whole tortilla.
Can you hold one up for us, Mark?
Betcha. So kind of like that,
Perfect.
okay? And I'm gonna take the chicken and put it down. I'm gonna build the taco on the bottom half of the taco with the remaining of the ingredients. So chicken on the bottom half.
Maybe this is why I fail. I just put everything in the middle. I think that might be not correct.
Make a pretty.
More taco etiquette.
I did the same thing, Grace, so
It's not just me. Okay.
Okay, then we're gonna put a little lettuce on there. A little bit of shredded lettuce on the top, shredded romaine. You can use whatever your favorite lettuce is. Not too much. Okay, and then we are going to put a little bit of solid cruda on top. And if I can bring it up and show you, maybe you can show the color of it a little bit. It looks awesome.
It does look awesome.
Yeah, I think we'll have to get a close-up version here in a minute once you get it
Okay,
put together.
and then a little bit of cilantro on top. And then we are gonna squeeze just a little bit of lime. That's the way I would eat it. Well, there we go, perfect. Okay, and I'll build one like this and just fold it over. And we'll put
It looks just like the picture you showed.
Yeah.
there, there's the picture. I mean, the finished product. And then, you want to bring this up for a close-up?
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay. Okay, so as we're coming, this is kind of how it's built. Can you see it okay there? Okay, you got all the goodies on there. It's kind of, you fold it and you got yourself a nice delicious taco. So, yeah.
Taco Tuesday.
It is Tuesday. Didn't even
That's
realize that.
Perfect timing.
Uh-huh.
We want to let,
Andy, do you want to go
Guess
there?
try it?
Go up in front and try it.
Do I have to do it in front of the camera?
You have to keep your mask
Yeah.
on the whole
Yeah.
time.
All right.
You're the true taste tester. We would be biased if we
That's
tasted
true.
it.
we
So,
couldn't do a lot of
I've
this
already
filming
decided.
without Andy, obviously.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, there we go.
Rex too. He's in a meeting, otherwise he'd be tasting as well.
Wow.
Pass the test.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Do you like?
Can you make another one?
Yeah, I can, actually. So,
Thank you.
oh, yeah,
Yeah.
you're welcome. You're welcome.
Andy is participating in the weight loss challenge and he's doing so well. So this is like weight loss challenge approved, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I gotta eat these.
uh-huh, perfect.
That's the best thing about something like this. People say like eating healthy is so hard, but this has all those healthy components, vegetables, protein, grain. It's great and it's really good for you.
And you could put a show out at the barbecue, at your home with this too. So, that even outside, I think this smell would just smell up the area there with that nice Chipotle smell.
Mhm.
So it's,
Yeah, of the ingredients here, what would be one that maybe you didn't have today that you could alternate with? So would there be another vegetable that you might put on in place of another one?
well, I think some people like peppers. And put some bell peppers on there. You go to town on whatever you want to put on. You put a different protein if you wanted. I think you could do this with shrimp. You could do this with some kind of fish. You could do it with
Make a vegetarian.
beef. You can make a vegetarian.
Yeah, if you want to do some beans, you can make a vegetarian version of it, which would be easy.
I gotta imagine tofu. I'm not sure if tofu would work in there. And maybe if you were able to
You could marinate it in that.
marinate, maybe fry it up somehow. Yeah.
I am gonna try, that is my task, everyone.
Okay.
Matt is going to attempt this with tofu
Okay.
That sounds
Um,
really good.
and I will let you know how it goes.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Does anybody have any extra questions before we end the webinar today? This has been a lot of fun and you guys did so great. We might have to have you do more.
yeah, absolutely.
Maybe, yeah. Jake says, Mark, how'd you get so good with your cooking skills?
I guess just a lot of years of trial and error.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long have you been at St. Luke's?
This is our 10th year. So 10th, in August, they'll hit the 10-year mark. Yeah.
Congrats.
Yeah. And last year I hit my 30-year mark as being a chef.
Wow.
That's awesome. That's why I got so good.
Well, according to Jason, he said he taught you how to be so good. So,
I don't know if that was in cooking, maybe hunting.
maybe. Right. I see some great jobs, more please. So lots of great comments. So thank you, everyone. We did record this. So if you're in the weight loss challenge, I will be posting this to our St. Luke's Weight Loss Challenge YouTube page, and we'll be sending it out in our Tuesday health tips. So watch for that, and thank you all